Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Back out here working on the X2 today, and I've got some new handlebars for it, so that's what we're going to be installing in this video. So if you guys like this content, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's get into the video. Alright, so I got these bars off of Amazon. I really had a hard time deciding what bars to get. Ended up settling on these, so we'll see how I mean, I don't know, I'd never really ridden an X2, so I guess we'll see how these install on it, and how at least we'll see how they look, which I know they're going to look better than what's on there because the stock bars look terrible. But I'm hoping that these ride okay. Otherwise, I may try some different ones at some point, but these are pretty nice bars, I won't lie. They're very cold too, so. All right. Let's get this started. All right, so I got these things on here. Had to drill a hole in this to get the start-stop switch mounted on there. And it's still not perfect, but I think it'll be fine. I guess we'll find out if I have to modify it a little bit more, but yeah. So I think they look really good. And here's what they look like. Those are the ODI grips I'm gonna be running. And they look good. So, should be good. All right, I just decided to hook the E-box. Now, it was only 4 wires, so I just decided to hook the E-box back together. And I've already, I don't know, touched the wires to the battery cable. If I touch the wires to the battery cable, I don't hear anything crazy happening, so I'm just gonna turn this off. So we're gonna see if this thing will do anything with the button, and then and if it does, if it rolls over, I'm just gonna unhook it. I won't unhook the E-box, but everything else I'll probably unhook. Obviously the battery. There's no battery tray, there's no gas tank, there's none of that stuff in here, so. Yes! All right. I think I might check for spark. That is probably the one thing I'm going to do real quick before I unhook it is I am going to check for spark. So let's just see. Yeah, these were not tight. Oh my goodness, and it even has spark. Oh, this is awesome. That was a really bright spark, so I'm pumped. So I wasn't really planning on doing this today. I was just gonna come out here and put the handlebars on, but I ended up just kind of, like I said, it was only 4 wires, so I hooked the E-box together and I am pumped. All right, so I'll bring you guys in so you can see the spark, and then after this, I'm gonna unhook, I'm gonna tighten this down, and I might have to readjust. I gotta tighten the E-box down, but I might have to readjust some of the way the wires are. I think some of this should be wrapped through here. So I gotta kind of tidy it up, put the exhaust on, get the water line. Where's the water line at? I know there's supposed to be a water line somewhere around here. It might be this water line. So yeah, I got some work to do, but anyway, you can see the spark right here. You can see it. So I'm pumped. I'm happy that it has spark. This motor is the motor that I took out of that TS that had the fried stator harness, swapped it out. It had 150 pounds compression, so I decided to throw it into this ski because the motor out of this ski was making some not so great noises that sounded like coming from the bottom end. I didn't want to. Now, does it matter if I use this or that one? Not really, no, probably. They could either one of them could, you know, off themselves, but this did seem like a low hours motor. Obviously, someone just hooked the battery cables up wrong, but like the E-box had never been open in that ski until I got it and took it apart. So I know that it's never really been touched. And that's the case with with all 4 tandem sports that I've taken apart, including the one that I used as a donor motor for that ski. They've never been opened. So it's like, I mean, they're Cowie 650s, so they're very reliable and they don't need to be open, but also people just don't know how to work on this stuff. All right, so I have a package that I ordered forever ago, but I don't remember what gasket's in this, so I have to open it and find out. But I think I should have, I mean, I see one right there that's used, which I don't really want to reuse a used one, but I probably would just to get this thing running. And then, so let's see. The only thing that's gonna suck is that this is the wrong gasket. So I'm gonna have to like tape this back together. No, this is the right gasket. Boom, look at that. So we got exhaust gasket. It's a nice gasket too. It's a Cometic. See if I can get this lined up. Alright, so I'm having to reshoot my outro because my microphone died, and I didn't realize that until I was editing the video. So I'm trying to think. I don't really remember what I said the first time I recorded this, so I'm just gonna go over what I did to the ski. Here it is. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We got exhaust pipe in, gas tank. I actually, since I finished working on this yesterday, ordered a Rad Dude, shout out Rad Dudes, fuel line or fuel tank pickup. So that will be coming in the mail. So I'm gonna be waiting just for that to come in. And then the carbs, I have the carburetor right now is just put on there, but it's not actually hooked up. And I'll be waiting until the fuel line or until the fuel pickup gets here. But anyway, hopefully you guys liked this video. I know I'm super pumped. I was super happy when I tested this. It has spark. That's the first time I've ever tested that motor for spark since I replaced the stator in it. So I'm super happy. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and go back, watch my other videos. Let me know what you guys want to see next. It's currently February 9th, I think. So possible that if I actually get this ski wrapped up to where I well, I don't have any mixed gas, but basically if I was able to get this ski wrapped up enough to where I could fire it and it ran for a second and popped off, I would consider working on this ski. There's some stuff that I have to go through on it. I can explain that in a different video if that happens, but on the other hand, I'm a little nervous to take this ski apart because I've had this ski since 2017. Yes, that was 9 years ago. Yikes. And I've never really done like anything to this. I think we put a starter in it, but that was pretty much right after I got it. Somehow we put the starter in it without taking the exhaust off, which blows my mind how we did that. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to be ordering turf, a seat cover, and waiting for that thing to come in from Rad Dudes. I also ordered a shirt. Again, shout out Rad Dudes. That guy's the best. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.